as you see. 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8. Numbers are our fate. C's the day, but C's means 16. 4 is cattle, but 4 means oven seen. Language is dancing, meanings prancing, numbers romancing across the world. On Dude's trail, 13 divine, contours 14, 50 in perfect line. C's the day they say. Dig 70, dig swing 80, hooray! Dig stuff 19, var 20, our French parade. Dodici, 13, 13, c'è bella melodia. Numeri italiani cantano con allegria. 15, 16, 16, che maravilloso. Los números bailan, ritmo melodioso. 17, 17, dice que linda canción. Números cantando, pura emoción. 19, 20, zahlen singen. Na unfair, don't put your dreams in the 4 C's. Every moment, let love be woven. From on to front, we sung our song. Numbers unite us, we all belong. So when you seize the day, remember 16. And when you say 4, think of cuisine. Languages twist and meanings bend, but music and numbers they transcend.
Hey everyone! So we are live on LinkedIn and YouTube. Let me know how are you feeling today, my friends. I'm just going to check on LinkedIn and YouTube if I am audible and live. Let's check on LinkedIn first. Yes, LinkedIn I am live and YouTube I am live also. How are you feeling, my friends? Let me know, let me know. Let me know, let it flow. And let it go. So let it go, let it go. So we are on the 1st of August, and this is a new month. And I'm blessed to have another session this Friday with you for 20-30 minutes. More if I have the engagement and the participation of you. And it means in LinkedIn, in YouTube, or going to Go Brunch. You can also, as I'm going to share my screen, go to my Go Brunch room, which is out there below. You see below the link, gobrunch.com/ReFrenchYourBrain, so that you are able to be on stage with me. And this is my new way of doing. I am using more and more Go Brunch. And the Saturday and Sunday will have a break, and then on the 4th of August, I will pump a new challenge. But at the same time, I'm going to make the challenge today, but announce it for the 4th of August. And my challenge will be to write a text in French, English, Italian, and 2 lines of Spanish that I will probably translate because I don't speak Spanish yet, but I'm going to learn. But I am really blessed to welcome you on my Go Brunch room. So I am seeing if I am hoping that there will be there will be people joining on my Go Brunch room, or if you are on LinkedIn or on YouTube, feel free to send your message. And so this is my Go Brunch room that I'm going to improve day after day. There will be the World Building Expo on Go Brunch in less than 6 weeks. That's incredible. In fact, in 5 weeks, and time flies. And so let me know, today it's about the numbers, the weeks, and the month. Of course, I was talking about that in previously. So I'm going to refresh your brain. But from now, I'm going first to drink something because I am a kind of thirsty and I need to drink. So talking first about numbers, and then we will talk about the ordinal because there is the decimal and the ordinal. And the numbers in French are kind of special. And I learn all each day, and I learned more and more things because I knew that it was about Celtic, but I will let you know on time. So the numbers in French, it's kind of essential for you to learn if you are going to learn French because we are using a lot of numbers. And so the first 10 numbers of French are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And something that I would like to tell you, and I will tell you more and more during this session and the next session, there is no one way to pronounce anything in French because a language is local. And French is also talked in Montreal, in Switzerland, Swiss, in Belgium, aside from France, and also in Afrique du Nord, North Africa, but probably also in other parts of Africa. So I don't know. But there are also the north, the center, all parts of Africa is speaking French, and there are different accent and different pronunciation. So just to let you know that mistakes are only in the eyes of the one who is noticing a mistake. I don't say that to say to you, you can say whatever you want. I will permit it all. That's not my point. But just to let you know that if I point a mistake, feel free to check other sources to see if my mistake, my way of telling you that is a mistake, is also shared by others because you notice, and to encourage you to go to Wikipedia and Wiktionary, especially Wiktionary, you will have also the word and the pronunciation. And sometimes you have 4, 5, 10, 15 pronunciation, and they are not 100% the same. There are many ways to pronounce it because we are speaking French in various parts of the world. Same with English. It's not only UK or US, there is also New Zealand, Australia, and every part of the world could have variations of vocabulary, variations of terminology, of pronunciation. Like same with Portuguese, there is a Portuguese in Portugal and Portuguese in Brazil. And even in Brazil, normally when you say good night in Portuguese, you can say boa noite in Portugal. Some parts of Brazil also, but some parts of Brazil, it's boa noite. So just to let you know that there are various ways. So the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here comes the link. When I say 1, it's according to the noun. Normally, it's ordinal, it's invariable. But as 1 is the only number that is variable. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc. is invariable. But for 1, when you say one table or when you say one sofa, in French, it's not the same. Because in French, one table, une table, one sofa, un sofa, un fauteuil, un sofa et un fauteuil. So, un is according to the masculine or the feminine. Un fauteuil, une table, une chaise, un appartement, une chambre, une cuisine, un salon. So that's really about the un. And then 2, 3, 4. And then there is the link. So une chaise, but deux chaises, trois chaises, quatre chaises, cinq chaises, and then six chaises, sept chaises, huit chaises, neuf chaises, 10 chaises. And it's a variable, and it's also, let's say, yeah, normally you don't really pronounce sept, sept. And I realized that I was not tapping into the scriptures. So let me open the Mappetizer, which will be easier for you, and I'm going to share it. So feel free to join my Go Brunch. This is still visible in the scroll below, but I'm going now to share my Mappetizer here, so that you see. This is, by the way, share my tab. This is my Mappetizer, and this is ReFrenchYourBrain, the show collate words, where I compile all the words depending on the session. So here, feel free to go back to check the written word. And here I'm going to go for the 1st of August. And I'm going also to tell more about that, but it's about numbers, weeks, months. The weekdays, by the way, weekdays and month. And so I am going now to 1, 2, 3. Alors 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there is a lullaby, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, violet, violet. Apologize for the noise. There is a car alarm in the street. That's life. And this is really important. And so 1, 2, 3. It's not trois, it's not trois, it's 3. 4, 5. Pourquoi est-ce que je fais ça? Ok. 6. Sorry, 6. And the reason I was saying that is because normally you don't pronounce sept, sept. It's really rare when you pronounce that, because the P is a bit like silent. There are sometimes like knife also, like you don't pronounce it knife, you pronounce knife. And so it's the same in French. There are also sometimes where you don't pronounce that. So right now you are having the share of my screen. Feel free also to disrupt my flow by going to my Go Brunch room below, or to type in the chat, I am here live. I see that people live. Welcome, welcome. Feel free to pop your name. How are you feeling today? And you share. So I was sharing my tab, but I was not sharing the right tab. So here is again my tab of my Mappetizer that you can see also in my link tree. I'm going to share my link tree a bit later. But here is my share about the numbers from 1 to 10. And of course, I'm not going to approach all the numbers during this session because there are probably more to say. But just to let you know about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I was saying that you don't pronounce really the P. It's really rare that I hear someone saying sept. So that's it for the nuggets. And so when you say 1 is the only number, in fact, that is variable, because we say un sofa, une chaise. For one sofa, one chair. So that should just to let you know about the 1. The rest, 2 to 10, 2 à 10, 2 to 10 are invariable, so they are not changed. So I was telling also that for the link, normally the link is only when there is a vocal or an H. A vocal A, E, I, or U, or an H. And sometimes there is also some exceptions, especially with the Y, I think. By instance, let's say um, another word that is really tricky, I know, an I, two eyes, un œil, deux yeux. And so, un œil, deux yeux, you don't say deux yeux, it's because of the link. So, because of the link, you say deux yeux, like deux yeux, a bit like that, deux yeux. And of course, we can say trois yeux, but it's really not logic. You can say three socks, but normally they come by two. Trois oreilles, I don't know. But normally, then there are trois, quatre. So trois tables, quatre chaises, cinq fauteuils. But then trois objets. And then quatre objets, because there is the S on trois, but there is not the S on quatre. Cinq objets, six objets. That's also tricky because, in fact, it's like a Z, not really an S. So it's like trois objets. And of course, objet is ETS, the TS are silent. I know. I know it's really tricky, but quatre objets, cinq objets, six objets, sept objets, huit objets, neuf objets, 10 objets. So the X is the same. Deux objets, trois objets, 10 objets, like as if it was a Z. Because of the link, we don't say the object. We say the table. And of course, when you pronounce, you can say D, but normally it's this, to really be aware that it's about the number. Because there is, imagine if I say D, it could be like, hey, it's an expression about saying something. So it could be misinterpreted. That's why we are saying this. Like cis. We don't we really, when it's only the number itself C, we say cis to not confund with C, which is SI, which is whether to say yes in another form or whether to say the conditional. Si je vais à la plage, j'ai besoin de prendre un maillot, something like that. So that's why we say cis. But normally you say six tables, you don't say six tables. But you say six objets because there is a link between the last letter and the O or the H. So that's in a nutshell. Hope that I was not drowning you. Let me know in the chat, how are you feeling? I was seeing people there and then they left, and it's okay. We are also on the replay team. So if you are on the replay team, feel free to tell me how are you feeling today. And also, if you have any question, I'm just going to check. Nobody, I'm still audible. On LinkedIn, yes, and Audible on YouTube. I don't see any message. Feel free to post a message if you are live, and also if you are on the replay team. So 1 à 10, 1, 2, 3 to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm going to regroup that 1 to 10 in my mind map, because I have a lot of things to discuss about numbers, the weekdays. So here the 1 to 10 is done. Then 11 to 20. That's very interesting. So 11, 12. Bum, 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 bum. So I'm going to quote it in English, in French, because you know what they are. And I know it's really tricky, and there might be an explanation, but it's like in linguistic history and But it's like why 20 is 20, why 30 is 30. So, but in French, it's a bit like tricky. So, in French, from 11 to 20, there is 11, there is 12, there is 13, there is 14, there is 15, and there is 16. So that's in a nutshell easy from 11 to 60. After that, it's a bit tricky, but it makes sense. So bear with me. So it's like you just remember that there is always a ZE at the end. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And same about the link. You can say 11 chaises, 12 chaises, 13 chaises, 14 chaises, 15 chaises. And sometimes you say 15 chaises, or you can say 15 chaises, because sometimes the E is silent. Then 16 chaises. And or like 11 objets, 12 objets, 13 objets, 14 objets, 15 objets, 16 objets. So z. Instead of the and it's real rare that I hear something like 11 objets, 12 objets, 13 objets. Normally it's 11 objets, 12 objets. It's really, the link is like tac 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 tac. It's really easy. And then 17, 18, 19, that's also tricky, I know. It's like 10 plus 7. 10 plus 8, 18. And then 19. So it's like 10 plus 7, 10 plus 8, 10 plus 9. I'm going to check if I have any comment, any remark on LinkedIn or YouTube. Let me know. Happy to have any reply. And also feel free to go to my Go brunch so that we can engage, please. And so from 17 to 19, it changes. It's not anymore sedze, widze, nubze. No, it's 17, 18, 19. I don't know how it could be talked about if it was really also the z, by the way. But this is historical. There are things that are historical I'm going to talk about. But now I'm going to end the numbers by 20, and then I'm going to switch directly to the week because we are on the 24th minute. And this session might last 32 to 40 minutes maximum. So the last one is 20, which is 20. And also, you notice it's really rare that I hear 20. It's even, I never heard that 20. It's 20. The G is silent. So same as in English, like knife, we don't say knife or knives. We say knife. We say knife. So same with 20. The G is silent. Same with the number that I was talking about, set, which is 7. Set, 20. The P and the G is silent. To 1 to 20. And probably the rest of the numbers will be for another session because I can also talk for hours about that. And I might introduce you a nugget about the numbers at the end. That's really important, but it will be short. So now from the days of the week. And that's also incredible because here you have also Monday, Tuesday in English, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You know that, or I know, but so that you have an equivalent when you are having the translation. So here, it's easy, at least for the first month. They are always finishing by DI, which is D in French. And each day of the week has its own meaning. Like lundi, it's the moon. Mardi, it's Mars. Mercredi, it's Mercury. Jeudi, it's Jupiter. Vendredi, it's Venus. And then samedi. So here you have the D. The D which is the I. Here, lundi. And then Tuesday, mardi. And then Wednesday, Mercury, mercredi. And then Thursday, Jupiter, jeudi. And then Friday, Venus, vendredi. And then Saturday, I thought it was Saturn, when in fact it's the Sabbath, samedi. And then for the last one, it's not at the end, it's at the beginning. It's dimanche, and it's the day of the god. So here, lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. So if you have anything to remember about the day of the week, the first 6 days of the week are finishing by the I, and the last day of the week is beginning by ER. So let me know in the chat if you are having any question, any disrupting of my flow. We are on the 27th minute, and I'm going to now go about the days of the month. The month of the year. Sorry. So the days of the week, it's done. Now we have the months of the year. And of course, you know all of these, but do you know in French? And there is a meaning. By the way, I was spoiler alert for at least a month. April, May, June, July, and then I will also talk about the history, about why. October, November, and then December. So here, by the way, I'm going to begin by the end, because it's easy. So here, it's quite easy then. The first, beginning by September. You just reverse the E and the R so that it's the R and the E. So September becomes septembre. October becomes octobre. November becomes novembre. And then December becomes décembre. And a little bit of history right now before I go for the rest of the month. And I'm checking if there are any questions. Right now, I don't see any questions, so feel free to ask me. But historically, the months were like 10, was not 12. So ancient times before the new calendar, that was counting 12 months, that was 10 months. And so the January and February were not present. Was only March, April, May, June, October, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. It's important to say because September is in fact 7, but it's the 9th month. October is Octo, which is 8, but it is the 10th month. November is 9, November, like 9, but it's the 11th month. And then December, it's like 10, but it's the 12th month. So just to let you know that historically, that's why it's like September, October, November, December. I know it's really tricky, whatever it's September or September, because it's the 9th month. It's not the 7th month, but it's Sept. So just to let you know about that. Aside that, I'm going to go to January. So here I'm having some assistance because I'm learning things. I was knowing probably, but I was not pretty sure. So here I have all the month of the year in French and the etymology. So I will voice them. Here you see there. I'm going back to my map, by the way. Here you have September to December, 4 months. I'm going to cover now the first month. So the first month of the year is Janvier. The second month of the year, and I apologize for the car that is still alarming in the street, is Mars. March is Mars. Then April is Avril, May is May, June is Juin, and July is Juillet, and August is Août. And I know that this is tricky, but I'm going to take more time about August. So why do they call these months? Like for September to December is normal, because September is from the Latin septem, meaning 7, because it was the 7th month of the year for the ancient calendar. Same with October, from Latin octo, meaning 8, November from the word novem, meaning 9, and December from Latin decem, which means 10. And so that's a bit like funny and easy for the last 4 months. But now I'm going to cover the 8th of month. Let me know if you have any question. So here, janvier, février, mars, avril, mai, juin, juillet, août, septembre to December. September, October, November, December. So Janvier comes from the Roman god Janus, who was the deity of beginnings and transition. And it makes sense. January is the first month. So that makes sense. The new beginnings. Janvier. And then Février, the name is derived from the Latin root Februarius, which was the last month of the ancient Roman year after January. Associated with the festival of Februa, a purification ritual before the new year. So it was, in fact, before the new year. The 2 months were before the new year. And then March was really the first month of the old calendar, and the third of the new calendar, March, named after Mars. So that's why March in English is Mars. And Mars is not only the month, it's also the god of the war in French, also Mars. And also the planet, by the way. But I'm going to talk about that more later on. So the god of war and was the first month of the year and marked the start of spring. Also known from the unpredictable spring showers called les giboulées de Mars. Giboulée is a synonym of rain, a huge rain, deluge. And then avril comes from the Latin word aperire, meaning to open. And by the way, in Italian, aprire, open, ouvrir, which reflects the opening of flowers in spring. April is also known from April Fool's Day, called Poisson d'Avril, the April fish. And also the dicton, the saying, en avril, ne te découvre pas d'un fil. In April, don't remove any cord of your clothing, don't remove any clothing. And then there is May, which is May, M-A-I, May, named after the Roman goddess Maya, who was associated with spring and fertility. May is also known for the start of summer and the celebration of International Labor Day of May 1st. And then Juin, June. A little nugget also for you that are live or replay team. Always feel free to comment. You can say Juin. Sometimes you will hear Juin. Juin or Juin is referred to the same, the month. But most of the time you are hearing Juin. But sometimes you will hear Juin, just to let you know. The Latin word Junius, which is linked to Juno, the Roman goddess of marriage and childbirth. June is the first month of summer, and the summer solstice occurs around June 21st, which is my birthday, by the way, June 21st. It's already done. It's already gone, I know. Juno. And then Juillet, named after Julius Caesar. July is also known as hay month because the grass can be turned into hay during this month when it dries up from lack of rain. And then here comes the most interesting month. So September to December was already done. So I'm going to finish this month of the year with Août. And it's really interesting, by the way. I'm going to talk about that. Wow, the car was alarming a lot, Normally they are limited to 1 minute, but So Août here, that's really interesting, and I'm going to zoom in right now because here you see AOUT, but there is a circumflex accent on top of the U. And because it's historically there to say that in old times there was an S. You see Augustus, and Augustus. Again the car. Okay, Augustus from the Roman Emperor Augustus Caesar, August Caesar. August is considered the harvest month and also the month of National Friendship Day and Women's Equality Day. And so I'm really blessed because this is the 1st of August right now, and the 1st of each month is really encouraging me to do amazing other practice. So bear with me, I'm going to drink right now. So in French, août, there are two things to say about that month. First, as it's beginning with a vocal, like there are months beginning with vocals, like for instance Avril, Août, Octobre. Then it's like you can say le 10 janvier, le 10 février, le 10 mars, but then le 10 avril, le 10 mai, le 10 juin, le 10 juillet, but then le 10 août. And then le 10 septembre, but then le 10 octobre. You don't say 10 octobre. Then le 10 novembre et le 10 décembre. So 10 août. Août, there are two aspects. First, the sound, and then the spelling. So the sound It's sometimes people, most of the time they say out, but they could say ou. And just to let you know that it's okay, you can say out, you can say ou. There are also people that say aou, like à la mi-août, à la mi-août, ou à la mi-août. And there is a pancake thing about that because à la miaou, it makes me think about the cat because the cat sound says miaou. It's in English, it's meow. By instance, I'm going to talk about the animals onomatopoeia a bit later, probably this month, because they say miaou, they say waf waf, they say quack quack, coin coin for the ducks. So, but miaou is like the sound of the cat. Meow. But that's a funny way, by the way. But sometimes you will hear out, sometimes you will hear ou, and sometimes you will hear au, or out. I don't know, but I will advise you to learn that it's out. Of course, you will hear ou, you will hear out, you will hear au, but it's better to say out. Um, because it makes sense and because there is also a word beginning by ou, ou, which is like the the equivalent of or in English. So to not make confusion. So here, that's for the sound. There is out, there is ou, there is au, and sometimes out also. But more of the time, like à la mi-août, for instance, or le 10 août, le 20 août. And then I'm going also to talk about the month to finish the recording. Then there is a spelling. For the spelling, there is the old spelling and the new spelling in French that are coexisting. There are probably 2 or 3 layers of spelling during the last 30 plus days, 30 plus years, sorry. That's probably a lapsus for me because the spellings are changing so often sometimes that I say there's and not is, but there are multiple spellings during the last 30 plus years. And so that's why out, you can write it A-O-U-T with circumflex or A-O-U-T without the circumflex. I will advise you to write it with the circumflex, but it's okay as it's the new spelling says you don't have to use the circumflex. Then you can write it without the circumflex. But in my own way, I'm old school, so I'm always writing with the circumflex. So here I am going last but not least, as I'm finishing that, to tell you about the first, the second, the third. Like you can say the 4th of August, the 5th, the 6th. It's really rare that in English we say the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th. It's like 8th, 9th, 10th. So in that regard, I'm going also to talk just a little bit because there are so much things. I was talking about the numbers from 1 to 20. If I have to talk about the ordinal numbers, I think I'm going to have another 30 minutes to talk about that, and we are on the end of the session. I don't see any question on the chat on LinkedIn, neither on YouTube. You are always welcome to join me on stage or to write me any comments whenever you want. From now on, there is nobody. I feel a bit depressed because there is no engagement. I hope that the replay team will be there and will comment. We'll see that I am not doing that for nothing. But anyway, I know that people will hear me in the next minutes, the next hours, the next days, the next month, the next years, probably also the next decade. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, I'm doing that because I'm passionate. So here right now, I am going to unzoom the map. Oops. Technology. Okay. Technology. So here, that's also an interesting aspect, is that normally you say the 1st of August, the 2nd of August, the 3rd of August, etc. In French, we say differently. In French, it's really rare that we say the 2nd. That happens, but really. But then the 3rd, le troisième, le quatrième, that you say and you don't say 1 août, by instance. Nous sommes le 1 août. No. You say nous sommes le 1er août. And here you notice the link also between the R and the A. Like le 1er octobre, le 1er avril, le 1er mai. So that's also a nugget for you. But we don't say le 1 août. We say also le 2 août, le 3 août, le 4 août. That we say. But we don't say le 1 août. We say le 1er août. And that's an ordinal number. There is the cardinal, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And there is the ordinal. Or maybe I mixed, because I don't know. My brain is melting. But there is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And there is first, second, third, which is premier, deuxième, troisième. But here you don't say le deuxième août, le troisième août. No, it's really rare. But we don't say le 1 août. We say le 1er août. So that's just to let you know about that. Le 1er août, le 1er septembre, le 1er octobre, le 1er mars, le 1er janvier. So that's interesting to know about. And I'm going to talk about the ordinal or cardinal. I don't know. My brain is melting because sometimes I make some mixes. But here it's like premier, deuxième, troisième, quatrième, cinquième, sixième, septième, huitième, neuvième, dixième. And here it's really easy. It's like a yem. The only difference is premier. But I'm going to talk to that about more into the details. But from now, I'm going again to share, last but not least, let me know how are you feeling and how was this session. And I'm going to share my link tree out there. Here is my link tree where you can see my Muppetizer, my LinkedIn, my YouTube channel, my Calendly for booking me a call, anything will be there, including my Gobrunch room that you have seen previously. And from the 4th of August, I'm going to play out loud and to be more structured, to be more visible. That's the other energy that I'm going to tap on, the ravioli energy, but that's it. Not in a nutshell, the change that I'm going to talk about. And here, feel free also, as I'm going to stop my share, feel free, no, it's this side, feel free to buy me a coffee, coffee.com/olylyrics, scan the QR code, or you can also tap into the link coffee.com/olylyrics for buying me a coffee. You can also find this through my link tree, by the way, with the title. There is no coffee on my link tree. I'm going to add that because they will also subscribe to my newsletter and discover my songs. Because I'm also doing lots of music through Suno. And I'm part of the Neural Language Coaching Network. So that's it in a nutshell. And I'm going also, in the next videos, I'm going to integrate that. But I'm going also to share another video that I'm going to integrate a little really soon. But I'm blessed to share it to you, this video, because it's really incredible. She is doing incredible things, by the way. And do I have this video somewhere? Just going to check I really dare to share this video. I think I know where it is. Da, 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 da. Where is my video? Okay, I have the video.
For years, our network.
So I'm going to now share my video. The video that, okay. Bear with me because there is a way that I can share the video that I'm going to envision that right now. And the break. Okay, here again, another time in the car, but it's okay. Okay, so I'm going to share right now the video before I close this session because she's so amazing. I would like to thank again Jessica Dugas, who is the founder and friend for the Breakthrough Show Network. And here is a video. I'm going to play the video and then I'm going to close the session. Thank you so much for watching me and hope that I will have more engagement in the next weeks or days. So that's it. Keep shining. And here we go. Here is the video.
Commercial has begun with the following words. Breakthroughs are about more than you might think. We stand by those words because they're true. Big breakthroughs don't always happen in big moments. It doesn't have to take losing it all to experience a giant shift in your life. Some of them arrive quietly in the night, during a moment of laughter, or when you unexpectedly meet someone new. Big opportunities for breakthroughs are happening all the time. Have you recognized them? Have you chosen to see them? Have you made the brave decision to act on them? Big breakthroughs aren't always handed to you on a silver platter. Sometimes we can create breakthroughs by listening to that small, still voice inside of us that whispers, "It's time." Every breakthrough is a big breakthrough because even the smallest, quietest of moments can be the tiniest pebble that creates a ripple effect that changes the world. Your potential is unlimited. As we approach our 8th year, I'm reminded of the very important work we do, work that I envisioned so strongly with every fiber of my being all those years ago. Now, I am moved to tears often as I've watched it come to life before my eyes. I am filled with gratitude. I am filled with love. Most importantly, for the first time ever, I am filled with not just hope, but the absolute knowing that we are making a difference in lives all across the globe. We are the moment of laughter. We are the presenters of opportunity. We are the creators of inspiration. We are the magnification of the small, still voices that live inside each and every one of us. We are the pebbles that are changing the world. We are the Breakthrough Show Network. And you, well, you're invited. Visit us today at thebreakthroughshownetwork.com. We'll see you there.